speaking with you.
Well, we now move from one travel company to another that's literally going places. India-based peer-to-peer car-sharing platform Zoomcar has gone public. The firm has completed a previously announced business combination with Cayman Island-registered special purpose acquisition company, Innovative International Acquisition Corp. The combined company, now called Zoomcar Holdings, has begun trading on Nasdaq. And to throw light on how the SPAC deal will help Zoomcar pursue growth opportunities in emerging markets, joining me now is its co-founder and CEO, Greg Morin. Greg, welcome back to Startup Street. And first of all, congratulations on the listing. Take us through the contours of the SPAC deal. I believe Mohan Ananda, who is IOAC's chairman and CEO, has been nominated to the board of Zoomcar Holdings and is also expected to be the combined entity's first chairman. If you could confirm this.
That's correct. So thanks so much for having me back here. It's great. Welcome. Happy New Year. So yeah, I think that's exactly right. And Mohan, is coming on board. Mohan Ananda is coming on board as our chairman. I think we're really exceptionally lucky and fortunate to be partnering with IOAC and Mohan in particular. Mohan is someone who has successfully taken multiple companies public on Nasdaq over the last several decades, and he has a wealth of experience and really a perfect sort of medium to long-term partner to anchor Zoomcar's ambitions here for the next several years. And we're at this exciting inflection point, and it's great to bring on sort of long-term fundamental partners like Mohan to help catalyze further growth.
All right, Greg, if you could now take us through the current business growth numbers. How many active users do you have currently, and how many vehicles do you have on the platform? Also, if you could tell us what is the top performing market for you?
Sure. So we have over 25,000 active listings here on the platform, which kind of forms the core of our supply. We have historically now over 3 million users on the guest side of things, kind of looking at the two sides of our peer-to-peer marketplace platform. And so what we've been able to achieve really fundamentally over the last year has been to really dramatically streamline our efficiency, our operating efficiency in the business by taking what was a 400 or 500 rupee loss at a booking level and convert that into a similar 400, 500 plus rupee profit at a booking level, all the while further expanding and growing sort of platform scale about 20% over that time frame. So yeah, I think certainly very powerful trends that we've been able to build upon here. And to your question about the kind of cities, so we do have a strong indexation for the tier 1 markets. So we have, so typically about 75 to 80%, come from the top 6, 7 tier 1 markets.
All right. You currently have operations across India, Indonesia, and Egypt. You exited Vietnam last year, citing unfavorable market conditions. Greg, take us through your expansion plans. What new geographies are you eyeing? And if you could talk to us about your global playbook.
Sure. So that's right. So India, for us, is still over 90% of the business. Indonesia is growing quickly, as is Egypt, and we're very excited about Southeast Asia and the MENA region more generally. We did exit Vietnam just for sort of a litany of regulatory reasons. The market was quite exceptional, but there were a lot of challenges from a regulation perspective, and so I think we wanted to focus resources in places where we wouldn't have any of those constraints. Which is certainly not the case in these 3 markets that we operate in today. Now, as we look forward, going out to the rest of the year and beyond, so we certainly see Latin America as a region for poised expansion, very similar market characteristics to India, sort of South Asia, Southeast Asia, and we're excited to really expand the playbook there as well.
Sure. Greg, after the listing, how do you now plan to become a leading global community of car owners and renters? Where do you see the next leg of growth coming from? What kind of partnerships are you eyeing? And if you could also take us to the growth and revenue targets, if you'll be looking at inorganic growth as well in the future.
Yeah, so I think there's quite a few items to unpack there. I think the short answer, though, is I think we would be kind of keen to pursue both organic and inorganic growth over the coming quarters. And that's something which we'll kind of constantly evaluate. I think in our core markets, it's probably more of an orientation around organic growth and further doubling down on the recipe that's working well, where we have a 90% plus market share within the online digital car sharing space. for some of the newer geographies that we might enter, inorganic probably has some role to play there, but I think that remains to be seen. I think for us, it's really more about thinking about how we can, as a platform, raise awareness for hosting vehicles, so hosting personal vehicles, and that is the overarching goal for us, to build that awareness, build that community on the hosting supply side.
Sure. Okay, one final question before I let you go. The Delhi Transport Department has cancelled Zoomcar's license for outstation travels for operations for private vehicles for commercial purposes in violation of Rent-a-Cab Scheme 1989. Your comments, Greg, on this?
Well, so I think it's important to kind of take a step back and realize how Zoomcar operates as a peer-to-peer platform, as a marketplace, as an intermediary, as an aggregator, and so we are a company that operates a fundamentally totally different operating paradigm from a conventional sort of rental come owner model, which is typically how these licenses were initially associated for those ownership renter come owner rental vehicle models, and that's not something which Zoomcar operates within. So our view is that that's something which is not in any way associated or tied to Zoomcar's operating paradigm.
All right. On that note, Greg, we'll have to wrap up our conversation. But many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today. And again, wish you the very best for your aggressive growth plans, and congratulations once again.
Sure. Thanks so much.
Okay.